Good afternoon. Welcome to Africa Today. I am Wisdom Onisi. First, the headlines. October 1st protest record low turnout nationwide. Akufo-Addo's government lacks humility to accept wise counsel, says Mahama. Kenya's parliament launches motion to impeach deputy president. And on sport, on AFCON qualifier, Libya resumed training to arrive in Nigeria October 7th. Now the news in details. The fearless in October protest recorded a low turnout in the Federal Capital Territory and state amidst the heavy presence of security operatives. This was as the organizers of the protest, the Take It Back movement, rejected the planned 30-day National Youth Confab announced earlier on Tuesday by President Bola Tinubu. The group described the initiative as jamboree, designed to reward the president's supporters. Tinubu, in his Independence Day address, announced plans to convene a youth conference, which he said would be held for 30 days to address and discuss challenges facing the Nigerian youth, who accounted for more than 60% of Nigerians' population. Reacting to the plan, the national coordinator of the Take It Back movement, Juwan Sayolu, noted that the president did not organize any confab before implementing his policies. Away from that, Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun yesterday charged Nigerians to resist the temptation to align with the gimmicks of unpatriotic citizens who seek to fuel discord through advocacy for protest, violence, and civil disobedience, which will only lead to wanton destruction and anarchy. The governor stated this in his address to mark Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary at the arcade ground of the state secretariat in Oke Museum, Abeokuta, the state capital. Abiodun admonished all citizens to remain united patiently, support one another, and work together to enable the country to navigate the current economic hardships being experienced nationwide. Abiodun said the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu economic policies are designed to foster long-term stability and sustainable growth for the country. Such a presidential effort requires collective commitment and sacrifice from all the citizens for it to materialism. He urged Nigerians to recommit to building an egalitarian society where everyone can fulfill their potentials. Still on the local news, we have that Niger State Emergency Management Agency has confirmed a report that a boat conveying no fewer than 300 passengers capsized on River Niger upstream Java Dam at Bajobio community in Mokwa local government area. It stated that so far about 150 travelers have been rescued, while efforts are on to rescue the remaining persons. The incident occurred last night, October 1st, 2024, at about 8:30 p.m. The agency, in a statement signed by the Director General Abdullahi Baba Ara, said the boat was sailing from Mondi community with a population of almost 300 passengers. He explained that the travelers were mostly women and children for the Maulid celebration at Bajibo. The DG disclosed that currently NSAMA is directing and monitoring search and rescue operations in collaboration with the State Ministry of Transport, Mokwa Local Government Emergency Committee, brave local divers, and other community volunteers. Now, while we return, news from other parts of West Africa. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now news from other parts of West Africa. The 2024 flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress in Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, has emphasized the urgent need for leadership in Ghana that is compassionate, truthful, and accountable. He said the current government under President Akufo-Addo and Vice President Bawumia has subjected Ghanaians to severe hardship while ignoring wise counsel that could help alleviate the nation's challenges. Mahama outlined the numerous difficulties the Akufo-Addo administration has imposed on citizens. He noted that despite several calls for guidance, the government remains unwilling to accept advice that would mitigate the current challenges. The former president argued that his experience would enable him to navigate the country through its current economic struggles if elected in the upcoming election. Now we move to other parts of Africa after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now news from other parts of Africa. Allies of Kenyan President William Ruto launched a motion in Parliament on Tuesday to impeach Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, accusing him of stirring economic hatred and undermining the government. An apparent rift between Ruto and Gachagua has split into the open in recent days. Gachagua says he has been sidelined and has denied accusation by Ruto alleged that he was behind violent anti-government protests earlier this year. Ruto has not commented publicly on the impeachment drive, and his spokesperson could not be immediately reached. Gachagua's office did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Hailing from the populous Mount Kenya region, Gachagua helped mobilize a large voting bloc that helped Ruto win the 2022 election. But the deputy president has become less influential since Ruto nominated members of the main opposition coalition to his government after protests in June and July against planned tax hikes in which more than 50 people were killed. Away from that, Sudanese army has blamed the RSF for carrying out shameful and cowardly attack on UAE ambassador's residence. Sudan's military government has refuted accusation from the United Arab Emirates that its forces have bombed its ambassador's residence in Qatar, pointing instead at the rival paramilitary rapid support forces. The diplomatic post was attacked by a Sudanese military craft, condemning it as a heinous attack. The government in Qatar, which is in the midst of a new push to retake the capital, has previously accused the UAE of supporting the RSF, which has been entangled in a war for more than a year. Up next is business. Stay with us. Welcome back now to business news. The Nigerian federal government is expanding its subsidized rice program to alleviate food insecurity in Nigeria. With sales set to launch in Lagos, Kano, and Borno State, a director at the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security stated this. Early in September, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, announced the launch of the 40,000 per 50 kg subsidized rice in Abuja, stating that the initiative was part of a broader strategy to ensure that no Nigerian goes to bed hungry. He said the subsidized rice program aims to provide relief to citizens amidst soaring market prices. The current market price of a 50 kg bag of rice is about 90,000 naira. It is close to 100,000 naira in some other locations. The federal government is providing 30,000 metric tons of rice through the subsidized rice program. This translates to approximately 1,000 trucks, each carrying 600 bags. Well, have you know that the South African rand weakened slightly against the stable dollar in early trade on Wednesday as markets worried about rising tensions in the Middle East. The rand traded at 17.395 against the dollar, about 0.1% softer than its previous close. The dollar head into its sharpest gain in a week on Wednesday after an Iranian missile attack on Israel on Tuesday rattled investors over the widening of conflicts in the Middle East. On the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, the blue chip top 40 index traded about 1.2% up in early trade. South Africa's benchmark 2030 government bond was weaker in early days as the yield gained 19.7 basis points to 9.162%. Still to come is sport. Stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this soul.
Hillstv, Poker.
Welcome back now to Sport News. The Libya national team reconvened to begin preparation for the October 11, 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying tie against Nigeria at Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo. According to Libya Herald Channel, the Mediterranean Knights had their first training under the leadership of their new coach, Nasil Ahadiri, and his assistant, Tunisian Akran Ahamani and Abok Bekal Harak in Tripoli. The team is expected to arrive in Abuja on October 7th before heading for Uyo for the clash with the Super Eagles. Meanwhile, Nigerian coach Austin Eguavon has yet to name his squad for the double-header, with the correspondence slated for October 15th at Martel of February Stadium in Benghazi. Nigeria made a bright start to the series with a heartwarming 3-0 win over Benin Republic on September 7th before battling Rwanda to a goalless draw in Kigali 3 days later, setting them at top Group D with 4 points. Away from that, Victor Osimhen says he is worth more than a €100 million valuation, adding that there are a few like him in football. The Napoli striker, who recently joined Galatasaray on a season-long loan, continues to hawk the headlines with the achievement on the pitch and was one of the most sought-after strikers in Europe during the last summer window, being linked with top European clubs including Manchester United, Paris Saint-Germain, Juventus and Liverpool. Chelsea and PSG were close to signing the Super Eagles striker in the last hours of the window, but the deal fell through over his hefty €130 million release clause, as a loan to move to Turkey became the last resort. And that is Sport News on Africa Today. We move to the rest of the news after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now the rest of the news. Troops of multinational joint task force operating under Operation Handy Cow on Tuesday rescued 38 hostages and disrupted a Boko Haram logistics syndicates during intensified clearance operation in the Lake Chad region. A statement from the Chief Military Information Officer headquarters in Jamanan, Chad, Olaini Osoba, said the operation took place in Kukawa local government area of Barnos on the Baga axis. Osoba said the troop intercepted a group of Boko Haram terrorists transporting a large number of hostages. Upon encountering the soldiers, the terrorists abandoned the hostages and fled the scene. According to him, among the rescued hostages were 8 men, 8 women, and 24 children. He added that preliminary investigations showed that the hostages were being moved from Dogun Chiku, a Boko Haram enclave now under heavy pressure from ongoing troops military operations. And that's Africa Today, but before we go, here are the headlines again. We told you that October 1st protest record low turnout nationwide, and we also brought to you that Akufo-Addo's government lacks humility to accept wise counsel, says Mahama. We informed you that Kenya's parliament launches motion to impeach deputy president. And on sport, we told you that Libya resumes training to arrive in Nigeria October 7th. Remember to visit us on Facebook at Hillstv Abuja, Instagram at Hillstv Abuja, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hillstv. I am Wisdom Onizi. Thanks for watching.